What is up, guys? It is Bucky and welcome to, your 15th intermediate Java tutorial. And in this tutorial I'm going to be talking about a new data structure, and this is called a priority queue. And what this is pretty much closely related to, you know how I related stacks to a pile of dishes? A queue is pretty much as closely related to like a line at the grocery store or something. Whoever gets there first has the highest priority, and that's who gets taken care of first or checked out. Whoever gets in last, if there's 5 people ahead of them, they're the least priority. That's who you're going to worry about last. So unlike a stack where it's the first thing that sits on top, that's what gets taken care of, then it gets popped off. In a queue, the first thing that gets there first, which would be at the bottom, I guess, is the first thing that gets taken care of. So let's go ahead and view an example of this, and once you do, you'll see what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and type priority queue, type it, and I think I even typed it slow and messed it up, so let's go ahead, prior queue. It'll tell me if I'm wrong in a second, and go ahead and type pass string data in this, and I'm going to name mine the letter Q because that's the easiest to do. And just go ahead and copy this again, Q equals, set it equal to new, paste, empty parameters for the constructor. So now we have a queue, and I named it the letter Q because I don't feel like typing anything longer than that. So in order to populate a queue, what you need to do is you need to offer it something. So go ahead and put queue.offer, and what this does is anything you pass it in is going to be the first priority. So the first thing we pass it in is going to be the highest priority. So I'm going to name it first. And let's go ahead and copy this 2 more times. So go paste, first, second, and third. So now we have 3 things in our queue, which is basically a line. The first thing is the highest priority, the second thing is the second that gets taken care of, and the third thing, this is the last thing that's going to get taken care of when we're doing stuff to it. So in order to print out a queue, just go ahead and put printf, so system out printf. And for the format, go ahead and put %s, and for the argument you can go ahead and put the entire queue, and this is how you print out an entire queue at once. So after this, we're just going to want to print out a blank line, so system out print line, and let's go ahead and make sure we don't have any errors so far. So run this, and now you see our queue is first, second, third. So everything's going good as of now. So now that we know how to put elements in a queue, what you often want to do is something called peek elements, and this is a way of looking at the element with the highest priority without changing your queue or the line at all. So let's go ahead and, in order to do the method peek, put system out printf, and you pretty much want to print out the entire stack again. Let's go ahead and print a string variable, and for your variable it's going to be q, but you want to call the peek method on this. And like I said, this method is going to look at the element with the highest priority, and that's what element it's going to return to you. So let's go ahead and print out a blank line after this, print line, and now it's going to return to us the element with the highest priority if we did it right, and there we go. So first it looks at this line right here, the queue, and it returned first. So what that means is this element is the one with the highest priority whenever I'm programming. That's the element or method I'm going to get taken care of first. So aside from peek, another thing you want to do is whenever you're done calling a method or done using a variable, you usually want to remove it. Well, it depends on your program, but you often want to remove it. And in order to remove the element with the highest priority, and you probably want to remove it once you're done using it, you call a method on it called poll. So you call a method called poll on your entire queue, and it automatically searches through it, find what element has the highest priority, and it's going to remove it from your queue. So go ahead and put queue.poll empty parameters, because you don't need to pass it which one you want to remove. It automatically knows what one to remove. So now let's just go ahead and put system out printf, and for the format, go ahead and print out a string variable, and go ahead and might as well just print out our entire queue again. So now that we removed the element with the highest priority, our queue should now only have 2 elements in it, since it originally had 3, but since we removed run, it should have 2 now. So let's go ahead and run this, and now you see it removed first, so now second and third are the only elements in our queue. So that's the basic of what a queue is and how to use a couple more common methods on it. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next tutorial.